MAGA has officially gone gay for Gavin Newsom.
Gavin Newsom, total Chad. He's got an Aryan Caucasian wife. I'm voting for Gavin Newsom simply because he mogs.
I swear, conservatives are getting weirder and weirder every day.
Well, it's already the New Year's. It's already the New Year's. So hopefully everybody has a great New Year's. Y'all going to accomplish everything y'all supposed to be accomplishing for 2026. A lot is happening in 2026. And hopefully y'all get what y'all supposed to be getting in 2026 and working hard for the things that you're supposed to be getting. But for today's video, we have Jew Almighty, and we're going to be reacting to some of the things he's talking about here with MAGA going gay for Gavin Newsom. And it's funny because Gavin Newsom is a Democrat. So I was like, why would you go, I guess, gay for a person that you're supposed to be going against? Like, let's make this make sense, shall we? And as always, make sure you subscribe to Third Street, and let's get on to it.
JD Vance is subhuman and Gavin Newsom mugs.
JD Vance is subhuman?
Trump at this point is damaged goods. With parts of the Epstein files being unredacted and more disturbing allegations seeing the light of day, the Trump brand is a dumpster fire at this point.
I will agree that this doesn't look good for the Trump administration because, again, the stuff that's been going on with the whole Epstein files and files also being redacted and them trying to erase certain pictures and try to spin a narrative that, yeah, he wasn't involved with, the stuff that was going on. But see, if you wasn't, it's why would you redact certain files and why would you try to cover certain things up as if you wasn't really involved or you didn't know what was going on? Because I will say most people who was there, just like Diddy, it's if you was there at maybe a party or two, right, but you wasn't there for an after party, then it would only make sense that if you was there for a little while. But if you was there and you saw everything, oh nah, or you participated, oh nah, then you guilty as fuck. You definitely guilty as fuck. So that's why I say it doesn't really look good for him or their party is in general of what's been going on and the stuff that I've been seeing lately throughout the administration. I'm this is looking stupid. And as time goes on, it's you can't get down with most of the things that they're participating or even doing. But yes, carry on.
With his popularity being the lowest it's ever been. So Republicans are scrambling, especially with an expected blue wave coming at midterms.
The number you're looking at right now is if the midterms were held today, which candidate would you choose? This is for a generic ballot. And look at the spread here, Adam. 41% say a Republican, 55% say a Democrat. National poll here. But that spread is one of the biggest spreads we've seen for.
Now, even though there has been, but see, that's the thing with politics. It's always like this. It's if one party does bad, then another party does, their numbers look good. And if another party does bad, then another party's numbers look good. It's always this whole vice versa. That's why I said politics at the end of the day is just a waste of time, in my opinion. It's just fun and games because real change isn't going to really happen because, okay, let's just say a Democrat becomes president. It's going to be the same nonsense. It's nothing's going to get done. It's going to be what it is. And most people is already starting to forget that the mess that Biden did with his administration and the fucked up things that they did. So it's for people who's yes, we're going to side for Democrats and we think they're going to do what? No, they know different and they know better. It's just that we got one party that's going to do worse and another party that's going to do worse. So it's what good or change is actually going to come from the Democrats when we've seen throughout their tenure as either president or mayor, they did nothing, absolutely nothing. That's why I said it's fun and games at the end of the day. Real change isn't going to come anytime soon. Maybe not in our lifetime, maybe in the next generation, who knows? But in this lifetime, no, because it's always going to be the same old, same old. And with powerful people in play and using people as puppets and pawns, no real change is going to get done, or the people ain't going to really see it though. We just going to get screwed over each and every single year as time goes on. So it's it's fun and games. It's really fun and games. It's just, I say this, just prepare for the worst when shit does really do hit the fan in 2028 and so on, because some bullshit is going to happen.
Democrats over Republicans.
A lot of them are just focused on 2028, with J.D. Vance being the expected frontrunner for the GOP.
Hey, listen, fat boy, we want America first. You want to run for president? We want to hear you say America first.
But here's the problem. MAGA was always a code built around the personality of Trump. And as extreme and unhinged as MAGA has become, J.D. Vance isn't popular with the new generation of MAGA or Grifters. He doesn't look or feel like a leader that they will follow after Trump is gone, for a bunch of different reasons, whether it's how he looks, who he's married to, or what his family looks like.
A fat race mixer who's married to a Jeet who named his son Vivek, who was mentored by a Jewish neocon and a gay Fed, Peter Thiel, and the guy's in bed with fucking Israel. And that's your guy?
And this is where things take a bizarre turn. Because believe it or not, the people that voted for Trump, knowing he was a convicted criminal and a predator and a long history of racism, are now openly talking about crossing party lines to vote for a Democrat in 2028.
This is what I said. It's all of this stuff at the end of the day is just fun and games. All of this is. It really is. It's like fun and games for them to say, oh, let's go vote for Gavin Newsom. We all want everybody to go vote for Gavin Newsom. I wouldn't even be surprised if he's actually the president of 2028, honestly. But the thing is, when you look at California's been garbage. Ever since he's been governor, like taxes been double taxes. Everything's been risen through the roof. They have a homeless crisis problem that's over there, right? They have crime that's really high over there. Thousands of people who left California in droves because of the expenses, and they can't pay for certain things over there. It's all under his leadership because he is the governor and he does govern most of the things that's over there, and he's in charge of what's going on over there. So it's like, to have him, be like president, it's like, okay. And you have all these idiots out here clapping and wishing like, yeah, Gavin Newsom he's gonna be better than Trump. No, people, like I said, people don't understand the real games of politics. All of this is, at the end of the day, is like fun and games. No real change is going to get done by either party. It's up to the people to change what's really going on. But the people ain't going to stand up and rise to the tyranny on both sides. Like, yeah, they may say, oh, Trump's a racist and this and that, but people expect and don't act like the Democrats aren't racist either. You had Joe Biden who said George Floyd's death was more impactful than Martin Luther King, as if Martin Luther King's death was not meaningful or impactful over a George Floyd. And it's like, wait, what? What the hell did George Floyd do that, like, something, what did he do that Martin Luther King did? Like, why was his death more impactful than Martin Luther King? It's like, you see, like, all this dumb shit. It was dumb. And it's like, how would you say that to a guy who was literally trying to end segregation and bring everybody together, compared to a guy who was a criminal, right? And unfortunately died by a cop's hand, right? So what are you saying? But again, people out here defending Democrats and saying, well, I can't wait. So it's just like, not saying Jew is doing that, but I'm just saying, like, people in general, just people in general who's, not seeing the bigger picture here, that everybody is a pawn at the end of the day. Everybody's a puppet. So it's just like, for people to expect like big changes to come in 2028 after when Trump is gone, it's like, no, that shit ain't happening. That shit ain't happening, right? Maybe if a new party was formed, and maybe if you had smart people that was at the table, because honestly, it's not really hard. If you know, like, the statistics and the logistics of everything, it wouldn't really be hard to know what works and what don't work. It wouldn't be hard, but it's just, people out there don't see how things really operate, and they just see what they need to see because of the media and how they being manipulated and played. But it is what it is at this point. But it's just sad how things is going the way that it is, and most people aren't really seeing the truth, and they being blinded to what they're given by either media, by maybe pop culture, other influencers, right, other social media influencers. It's a lot. There's a lot that's going on out here, but it's just damn, how shit is really going down in this time, in this generation, and how people is being played and manipulated. But it is what it is. But I'm gonna let him carry on.
Not because policy, ideology, or personal values. It's because he's a good-looking white man that fits the mold of what they want their leaders to look like in their white Christian nationalist movement. That's it. That's all. That's the reason.
Who's going to win? It's going to be Gavin Newsom against J.D. Vance, because J.D. Vance is subhuman and Gavin Newsom mugs.
But I'm Jew. Welcome to the channel. Please like and share the video. Don't forget to sub. Now, let's get into it.
Yeah, but I mean, like, this next election cycle, who's going to win? It's going to be Gavin Newsom against J.D. Vance, because J.D. Vance is subhuman and Gavin Newsom mugs.
J.D. Vance is subhuman?
Yeah.
It's still really wild to me how normalized insane rhetoric has become. Calling anybody subhuman is crazy, but calling somebody subhuman because of the way they look is diabolical.
What makes you say that?
He's got a very short total facial width to height ratio.
This dude Kavicula, I think I said his name right, is like the newest member influencer to the Groiper bunch. His whole shtick is he obsesses over his face, over facial features. He wants to become the prototypical idea of what a white male looks like. So I think he's talking about getting leg extension surgery, more facial surgery, all of that.
He's obese. Very recessed side profile.
That picture advanced.
Whereas Newsom is like 6'3" Chad.
So JD's very tall. JD's got to be.
Well, still,
6'2", 6'3".
Gavin Newsom obviously mogs him to death.
So you're a Newsom head. You prefer Newsom to the vice president.
I'm just telling you who's going to win.
Do you prefer him though?
Honestly, it's hard to say.
I got something for y'all. Yo, stay right there. I got something for you. I'm going upstairs real quick. Where my gun at?
This shit doesn't even sound right. He said, well, you know, Gavin Newsom is a beautiful man. So I think I expect him to be president. It's like, do you see any qualities like of him being, you know, president? Nah, because he has a beautiful face. That's why I think he's going to be president. And Gavin and JD Vance is a subhuman. He's a little creature. It don't make any sense. It's supposed to be about you see. And here's another reason why I said this is the reason why change isn't going to also happen. You got the people like him, people like this guy, this fucking guy who don't realize it's more than looks, right? It's about presentation. It's about what they can do for you. It's not about how they look like. It's like, what can they do for you, right? How are they smart enough to help you, right? Rather than, oh, he's the most courageous. No, what can he do for you? And the problem is that the people just vote for stupid shit. Like, if they did research, now I get it. Most people don't know, right? And that's not their fault. Most people don't know. And then the people who do know, oh, you gotta be disappointed in them. Because if a person who's telling you, oh yeah, I'm gonna make your life hard. Yes, oh my God, yeah. And they sitting there fucking clapping and shit. Fucking clapping and shit. Because he said, I'm gonna make your life hard. I'm gonna raise your taxes up by triple. I'm gonna triple your taxes. Yeah. And this is how people are, man. It's like, if they were smart and they would learn, okay, where the taxes going to? Is it going to a good cause? Is it helping people? Is it helping like the American people, right? America first, right? Is it helping us out? Is it, you know, benefacting us, right? Not going to donating to the stupid shit, right? Is it helping the people? Is it helping the poor? Is it helping the low class? Is it helping them? Like, all this stuff, right? But the problem is, it's just, you got idiots, and you got too many of them. You got too many of them in office. You got some of the people too who do know and just vote for stupid shit. Now, for the ones who are smart, they are hoping and expecting for some change to happen, and, you know, expecting great things to come. But I just don't see it happening. Honestly, I don't. I don't really see it happening, because when Martin Luther King was a Republican and John F. Kennedy was a Democrat, right? And at the time, there was a very disdain for that, because there was some people in the Democratic Party back in those days that was heavily racist, right? But it took Martin Luther King and John F. Kennedy to come together, right? And to, you know, end segregation, try to put more change for black people, right? It was just so much that was going on back in the days. And I feel like there was more change and a lot of stuff happening back then compared to now, where not that much, honestly, is you know, being progressed. Like, yes, racism didn't die, right? Is slowly trying to get back up. Not saying like it died or any of that, because it's still around, but it's just that compared to the 60s, it was much worse and much harsh back in those days compared to now. But you got these weird groups that's trying to bring it back and trying to go back to how things are and were at those times. But it's like, no. And you got some of these idiots out here who's like, well, I think this is a great thing. And this is coming from both a black side and a white side. And you look at the black side, you like, what's wrong with you? Oh my God. Oh, you are so stupid. You are so damn dumb. Like you have people out there who legitimately hate black people and want them to be ship them back to Africa. And you sitting there saying, well, I think it's a great thing. And you got people out there who agree with this. Man, I'm telling you, that's why I said, and all these people expecting change is like, shit, I highly doubt that. Y'all gonna be sitting there hoping, wishing, and praying all the way up into you at an older age of your life, and you like, yeah, I expect change to come. Tonight we fight. It's like, no, fuck no. I'm gonna let him carry on.
But Newsom being that much more of a mogger, and like having a president who's like fat and especially that young.
You think he's? I don't think he's fat.
I would say
He's a bigger guy for sure.
It's just like, it's just embarrassing. Like, how are you fat and you expect to like lead a country? You can't even be in shape, you know?
But these same people aren't embarrassed by Trump somehow.
So let's say you got to vote. It's 2028.
I'm voting for Gavin Newsom.
You're voting for Gavin Newsom.
You can't be that subhuman.
So hold on. You got, all right, well, this actually is up a thread with the whole conversation, because you look at these two candidates. You have Gavin Newsom, and it kind of looks like Patrick Bateman, American Psycho. Hey. And then you have...
No. Cavicula here, if I'm saying the name right, is the living embodiment of Patrick Bateman. Anytime I see him, I think American Psycho, and maybe that's and maybe that's intentional.
And then you have this vice president to President Trump, the transformative right-wing president in our lifetimes.
Racism is way more heightened. The economy is trash. People are struggling to pay bills and put food on the table. He's made horribly dumb decisions to hurt American citizens, but they view him as a transformative president. And that's what I'm saying about the cult of Trump. It really doesn't matter what he does or doesn't do. They're never going to leave Trump's side.
Who do you support Trump or no?
Yeah.
Okay. So you got this vice president handpicked by Trump, who is extremely intelligent, very right wing,
very racist.
I think he's a pretty good looking guy. I don't know. Maybe I guess you disagree, but
again, I'm like saying, fuck all this nonsense about how good he looks. It's like, what can he do for the damn country? It's like, what are we talking about here? This is why I said this is some bullshit. It's nonsense at the end of the day. It's like, what can he do for the country instead of this whole, well, you know, he look good and shit like that. It's like, no, man. It's like, there's so much out there that people is not seeing the bigger picture. It's so much shit.
All these things, checks all these boxes, would have all these great policies. And regardless, you're going to pick the pro-mass migrant, pro-trans, pro-murder the babies, pro-burn the cities to the ground, pro-BLM Democrat because he's skinnier than the conservative vice president.
100 times over.
At least the Cavicula dude is being honest. So it's so interesting hearing this younger generation of Republicans now saying how much appearance matters to them. And they would rather a guy that looks like Gavin Newsom because he's tall, good looking, white family, well spoken, than a guy like J.D. Vance. Policy be damned. Hard to imagine young men in 1960 saying, yeah, I'm going to vote for Kennedy just because he's handsomer than Nixon. Something going on with these guys. Another sign of the great feminization. I think their true colors are coming out. They don't really care about policies. They don't really care about anything other than making America look as white as possible, and in that, pick the best looking white person to put out front, so they're choosing Gavin Newsom.
As I said before, this stuff doesn't make any sense at all. All of this stuff at the end of the day is just fun and games. You got the white supremacists trying to make an impact, right? People out here who's supposed to be opposing both sides wants to join together. It's like, I don't know. People are sheep and people are puppets and everybody's being manipulated. And unfortunately, I think it's a little bit too late. Change ain't going to come into the future.
Gay men shouldn't be allowed to vote. That's definitely what these groypers say about women.
I will continue my crusade against women in politics. It's always like this, and it's so ironic. Women are like, I don't like, when you say, I like it, you have to affect the face. When you say to repeal the 19th Amendment, that offends me. That hurts my feelings. It's like, have you ever stopped and considered that maybe if you get offended, there's such a strong emotional reaction to political opinions you disagree with across the board? Maybe that's one of the reasons why you shouldn't be making political decisions.
Every 2028 Dem candidate needs to start looks maxing and gym maxing now. By primary, we need to start talking about bicep insertions, low lats, trap dominance, mandibular plane angles, interpupillary distance, physiomatic width. It's the only way we're ever seeing progressive policy. If J.D. Vance is a GOP nominee, I don't think the Democrats will have much of an issue. Besides the fact that his racist white supremacy flag has already come out.
In the United States of America, you don't have to apologize for being white anymore.
And based on him defending the young Republicans, a lot of people just know where he really stands.
By focusing on what kids are saying in a group chat, grow up. I'm sorry. Focus on the real issues. Don't focus on what kids say in group chats.
Not to mention, Vance is hated by a large portion of MAGA and all the groypers based on who he married.
Your guy is literally a fat gay race trader who married a Jeet, who works for a gay Fed, a Fed informant, a CIA contractor, mentored by a Jewish neocon, and the dude's in bed with Israel. and he wears eyeliner.
So it's a twofold problem with them. He's not good looking enough to be the Groiper president. His family is too brown to be accepted by MAGA and the Groipers, which is why they were pushing for Vance and Erica Kirk. And then in this clip, he's talking about Sydney Sweeney, who's regretting her MAGA dive right now. But he basically says she's not that pretty.
I would say Sydney Sweeney is very attractive.
I would say that she's pretty malformed. Her upper maxilla is extremely recessed, right? She's got the eyes of doom.
Malformed is crazy.
Eyes of doom with no infraorbital support. She's really not that much of a looker in her face. I think that a lot of people with brains find her attractive because of her body.
I don't have porn.
I mean, the boy isn't wrong about that. She's known for her sex appeal more than, anything else. And they were like, you just created 1 million Charlie Kirks, but really they created 1 million closeted gay Nazis who are destroying the right, and it's glorious. It is kind of funny that that's who's taken over the GOP movement. People like Nick Fuentes, who are 27-year-old virgins, never dated a female, says having sex with females is gay.
I ain't gonna lie. I think he might be onto something about Nick Fuentes being under the table and most likely, well, he said a 27-year-old virgin. Damn. And he said that touching women is gay. Damn. Yo, I never heard that. Well, what am I saying? I've heard people say that in the past where they say touching women is gay and inserting yourself inside of another woman is also kind of gay. It's like, what? How can you say masculinity and say all this other shit, but then you're saying that, yo, see, this is why I think this should be a trend. The rise of the DL men. There should be a trend for that, like the rise of the DL men. Because when JD Vance was saying, shouldn't really look at people who've been saying stuff. It's like all these people that's in the Republican Party, not all of them, but some of them who came out was like, either racist or going underneath the table and shit like that, and getting sucked off in the dark by other guys. Imagine, hey, here's a funny kicker. What if they was actually getting sucked off underneath the table by black? Well, let me not say that, but you know what I mean. The same people that they hate will be this. It will be ironic that is the same people that they actually getting services from. Ooh, I'm just saying, because you do got some guys out there who's on the DL, and the way how things is going right now is like, I don't know. But to say it, to assert yourself inside of another woman that's gay is just, that's it crazy.
And basically it's trying to convince his young audience not to like women.
Dating women is gay. Having sex with women is gay. You know what? Women suck. Like, they're talking too much. They're not hot anymore. Like, you're fat, you're chubby, you're not as hot as you think you are. You talk too much.
Men are becoming gayer every day. Yes, definitely on the GOP side. I think there's a whole lot of closeting going on over there. And then Sneeko decided to give his opinion.
I saw the backlash from Clavicular's appearance on Michael Knowles. I think he did a great job. And they're all really upset that he said JD Vance is subhuman. Because he is. JD Vance is subhuman. He has a recessed maxilla. He's sub 5. He's married to a G. His wife literally eats shit. It's disgusting.
They're just openly saying this.
He's fat. He's overweight. His kids have poop DNA.
What the fuck is poop DNA? It is so weird. Sneeko is literally the weirdest person walking the earth to me. Because Sneeko is mixed. His dad is black. He's Haitian. But anytime he talks about people of color or somebody being mixed, he talks like he is a white supremacist. Like he is a white man judging people of color instead of a person of color talking about other people of color. He just comes off like a racist white dude. Clearly another Myron.
I'm not voting for him simply because JD Vance, he's connected to Palantir, probably got raped by Peter Thiel.
Okay, I will say this. Unlike the other kids, Sneeko actually has a reason to dislike Vance beyond just his looks. He is Peter Thiel's Manchurian candidate. He is a person that was created, groomed, financed, and set up to become the president. And again, that goes back to Peter Thiel, who was a super evil billionaire. He's one of those people that really wants to replace humans.
You would prefer the human race to endure, right? You're hesitating.
Yeah, well,
Yes?
I don't know. I would
replacing humans is crazy.
This is a long hesitation. This is a long hesitation.
There's so many questions implicit
Should
in this.
the human race survive?
Yes.
Complete subhuman. Gavin Newsom, total Chad. He's got an Aryan Caucasian wife.
Aryan is just crazy. These people are using the word Aryan in 2025 in the United States of America. And again, it just blows my mind that this is with somebody that's not white at all, that's mixed once.
I mean, saying anything about like Hitler and Aryan race in the same conversation and sentence, it is crazy in 2020. Well, 5, that was 5, now 6. Like, it's just crazy because it's like, yeah, like these people out here who still believe in that, and it's like for Sneako, I didn't even know like Sneako was like father was like, you know, black, any of that. It's just he just came off as just like a weird guy to me, right? Even though he's no longer part of the manosphere, but he's still like a weird guy that's trying to associate himself with like white supremacists and white people. And it's like the fact is like people want to be white so badly that they refuse to accept who they are in their own skin. It's like when you really think about it, like the real like white supremacists and the real people out there, they would say to even the Nick Fuentes and the Sneako, like, first off, y'all have what in y'all blood? Y'all not fully part of anything. And it's like y'all both would get destroyed or hung or whatever because you're not fully. You may be saying the things that they like and agree with, but you're not fully Aryan, you're not fully white, or whatever they may think is Aryan to them. It's like, it's stupid. It's just stupid. Even saying that shit is just stupid. It's like, yo, like, but again, people just, they don't accept who they are. They want to be somebody else. That's what it really is. They look at Hitler as God. So, and then they see like well, I wouldn't say the Bible, but they look at Hitler as God and then whatever Nazi books that was written as their Bible. And they go through it and they're like, yeah, I see the scriptures. I read the shit. I pray to it every night. It's like, these people are sick. They wishing that they could have met Hitler. They could have interviewed him. It's like, what? Huh? Doesn't make any sense at all. Any sense at all. It's just, damn. There's just a lot of lost people out here trying to suck the soul out of a white supremacist just so their skin could turn even more white. It's like, it's crazy. Good luck to them, I guess.
That's what he's seeking in leadership.
Does not have a recessed maxilla. Her body fat must be around 10%. Care about the Democrat. Politics is all jester. I'm voting for Gavin Newsom simply because he mogs, and I would roll over JD Vance with all 4 tires of my Cybertruck if I saw him. I would run him over, him and his whole Jeep family, because they're all subhuman. And they're upset that Gen Z is saying, no, actually, we don't want to have undying allegiance to the GOP anymore.
These people are fucking retarded. Several months ago, they were all calling for Newsom's head because he flooded California with immigrants and the shit show with the Mexican border. Now they want to vote for him because he's attractive. I hope all of you die a painful death, seriously. Listening to Sneako talk, you can begin to understand the mentality of the Roman army when it became filled with illiterate barbarians and they just made the biggest guy emperor, Maximus Thrax. Ancient sources describe Emperor Maximus Thrax as a giant, with some suggesting he was around 7.5 to 8 feet tall, making him exceptionally huge for his time. But we're definitely there now with these MAGA men just trying to vote for the most handsome dude. just vote for the most handsome dude. That is gay. Voting for a Democrat because he is pretty is very gay. Thank you for the clarification. Homosexual gay, not lame gay. I try not to get all my physiognomy critiques from a dude who looks like he steals hubcaps for Fent money in downtown Tijuana. Republicans don't even like each other at all, which is so funny. They're still racist even with people of color in their party. Republicans are victims of their own messaging success. When you tell your base that the white race is disappearing and we need Chad Caucasian alpha males to help save it, you can't be surprised when parts of said base choose the handsome white guy over a fat dude with a mixed race family. And that's what it all boils down to. They want a white Christian nationalist country, and they want a president that looks the part for that fits that mold, at least physically. And that's what they'll vote for over Vance, who's funny looking. I think they say he wears eyeliner and has a mixed family. It's funny how gay the Groiper stuff is. It's hilarious. People like Nick Fuentes are always talking about the white race going extinct, and that's their biggest issue.
They're literally counting down the days until whites are a minority in America. There's a genocide going on right now. It's against whites.
He's a virgin who never had a girlfriend at 27, and he advocates for his followers to not deal with women.
You should not seek sex, because if you seek sex, you will become gay, because sex is a gay act.
Physiognomy is real. Post physique, it's Handsome Thursday. I only believe in beauty aesthetics. JD Vance, fat, subhuman. Subhuman is crazy. Newsom mugs him to death. I will vote for him 100 times over just because he's handsome. And that was, of course, in reference to the earlier clip. Is there any doubt in anyone's mind that this dude is a closet homosexual at this point? No, not at all. What's crazy is this isn't even the gayest thing he said or done. Not by a long shot. Fuentes is never beaten those gay allegations. Nick Fuentes goes all in on voting for Newsom over Vance because he's handsome. How gay is that? This isn't helping Nick Fuentes beat the gay allegations. Also, what an unbelievably infantile and absurd way to decide who to vote for when so many issues of profound consequence and even life and death are at stake. Quite frankly, I'm getting sick of all the homosexual influencers telling conservatives that they should vote for Gavin Newsom because JD Vance has a recessed maxilla. There's already already a MAGA civil war going on, but there is going to be a very real divide between the younger, more extreme, gay, MAGA, and Groyper group who no longer follow or like Trump and want to take the party in their own way, and the older, more established.
Now watch what happens when Gavin Newsom messes up. Everybody's gonna be, oh, we miss Trump. We miss Trump. Fuck Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom's the devil. Oh, he don't know what he's doing. Oh, he's making things worse. Watch you see those same people gonna be flip-flopping. So all of this is fun and games.
Conservatives who are still MAGA following Trump. And this is the dude that they're fangirling out over. The new generation of MAGA and Groypers are probably melting whenever they see a video or picture of Gavin Newsom. They don't care about policy or what anybody stands for anymore. Just be good looking, tall, and white. That's it. And have a white family. I mean, how deranged is this? They're making promotional videos for Gavin Newsom now. Newsom 2028. Just in, the Groypers are getting behind Gavin Newsom for 2028. This is just the craziest thing. With Sneeko even doubling down and tweeting, Newsom 2028. Last year, Sneeko was one of the people saying how important leadership is and to have the right president that's going to put the right policies in place. Now he's basically saying policy doesn't matter. A president is just a figurehead. We need to vote for the best looking white guy. He's not being sarcastic. This is real. It is real. We are in bizarro world. Republican Party losing power because J.D. Vance is a chud, and I hope they never get it back. Republicans going gay for Gavin was not on my bingo card this year, but here we are. At the end of the day, Trump is really unpopular right now, and Vance is just as unpopular and unliked as him, especially with the younger MAGA group. And Nick Fuentes has already said he wasn't supporting Vance. With the MAGA civil war we're seeing, there is going to be a break where people either don't vote because they don't like Vance, or they seriously consider voting for a Democrat, as long as they're not Vance.
See, my thing is just because honestly, I don't really vote, so like I don't care who it is, right? Because like I said, I already know the picture. I've already seen how things was and how things are and how things is going to be. So it's just I don't really vote. I'm just a spectator. I'm just a person who's just watching from the outside and just wondering if things will change. I'm not participating in any war. This ain't my war to fight. I'm just there to spectate and watch. And commentary of what I'm doing now on YouTube. It's what I'm doing in real life. It's just like, okay, when people say, oh man, this is fucked up. Yeah, sure. Man, we need to change. Yeah, okay. Until I see change, until I see thousands of millions of people standing up to the tyranny of what's really going on, then I say, okay, let's participate. But until then, we're just watching from the sidelines and seeing what's actually going to happen in the future of both sides of the party, between Democrats and Republicans, because both sides is horrible. Both of them. If anybody who says anything differently, come tell me. Tell me why one side is better than the other. I'd like to know in the comment section down below. But as always, subscribe to Third Street. And I'll catch you all in the next one.